Many men have given up on women. They have given up on relationships. They've given up on marriage. They've even given up on having children. This is very unfortunate for the sheer fact that it's in a human being's nature to have a family, to couple with somebody and have children. But because of how society is now, particularly in the Western world, men have opted to just live the single bachelor life. Now, there's many reasons for this. Number one reason being that majority of modern women today are not helpmates. I believe that a lot of modern women today, they want men to be traditional while at the same time they are modern women, which is just clearly an unfair dynamic. We have women who are independent, making their own money, and they're educated, and you know, they're leaders, and they're fearless, and they're strong, and they can do everything a man can do. But at the same time, they want a man to protect and provide. A lot of men feel like coupling up with a modern woman is just not worth the risk. The women of our era are nothing like our grandparents. They're nothing like the women of the older generations who were helpmates to their men. They cared, they were nurturing, they supported their men. No, a lot of modern women today, they expect a man to be ready-made. They expect to wait at the finish line and then couple up with a guy while he crosses that finish line. And a lot of guys just look at it as, well, this woman is a gold digger, this woman is a user, this woman is no good. We see countless examples of men who are successful, who made it to that said finish line, and then they coupled with some very, very attractive woman, and then the woman turned around, took half his money, took his kids away, and then moved on to another Willie. It's a sad, sad cycle in our current society, but it seems to be very consistent. And a lot of guys just do not want to take that risk. They don't want to roll the dice. We have men in our own personal lives, family and friends, who have been through the ringer. I have a personal friend of mine who he had 2 kids with this woman, right? And the woman decided to leave him to go and shake Nyash on a yacht with rappers. Very sad. I myself have been in relationships with people who decided to just up and leave for, you know, whimsical reasons. Even though, you know, you've put in a lot of time and effort and commitment to the relationship. A lot of guys have gone through similar experiences where they've been, you know, thrown into the blender by somebody that they actually cared about. And now they've come out the other end and they are changed forever. The juice is not worth the squeeze is the term that a lot of guys like to parrot. And in my opinion, I think that is sad, but I believe that guys really need to watch our own backs. I think that it's fair that guys view the landscape with a realistic, logical lens, and they make very, very strategic choices and decisions with their lives, because at the end of the day, you only have one life. And if you waste time with the wrong partner, it can have catastrophic effects, catastrophic repercussions. Many men have deleted themselves because they took a risk with a woman and the woman proved to be their enemy. An enemy to their progress, enemy to their joy, and an enemy to their life. And in our current society, women are not held accountable even when they do some heinous acts towards men. In fact, a lot of times in our society, men will still be blamed when women do evil to them. So a lot of guys have just taken it upon themselves to just remove themselves from the game. And the ironic thing about it is that nobody wins. Because if men decide to walk away from women, that means women are going to be single. And no matter what women tell you about them being independent and how they're living their best life and they're the cool auntie that doesn't have kids and travels the world, bro, deep down inside, they want a man. They want a protector, provider, a companion in their life. A lot of them will voice this once they get older. A lot of you may not believe in what is said in the Bible, but one of the main things that they talk about in terms of the dynamic between the man and the woman is that the woman is meant to be the man's helpmate. It's a sad state of events right now, and I honestly don't know what will happen in the future. A lot of these women who are in their prime and, you know, they're party girls living their best life, a lot of them, they are going to end up single. Some of them will be childless. Some of them will have children, but will just be baby mamas. I think it will be a very small minority that will be coupled up. A very smaller minority that will be married. Let me know if you're one of these guys who has opted out from dating and relationships and you've made the decision that you're just going to be alone. Me personally, I've always been able to attract women and pretty much date who I've wanted to date. But again, I've been burnt as well. I've had heartbreak and stuff like that. And because I have a good understanding of, you know, female nature and, you know, hypergamy and dating dynamics and all these kind of things, and I know myself, I know my market, I know what type of women usually gravitate to me and which the ones that usually don't. I have a good observation of women that are users and gold diggers and, you know, clout chasers, etc. I would still say that I do play the game, but I do understand why many men refuse to play the game. It's funny because someone even said it in a comment underneath one of my videos that Bob Marley sang "No Woman, No Cry." I mean, it makes a lot of sense now. It is very unfortunate that a lot of guys feel that they don't want to get into the mix of dating and relationships, because again, I believe that life is about relationships and family. I believe that having children gives you something more to live for. I mean, you can accumulate all the money in the world. You know, you could be very, very successful, etc., etc. You can sleep with multitudes of different types of women at the end of the day. But, you know, I do believe that it is very significant that if you have children, it actually gives you more purpose, more drive, and something to live for. You know, I truly believe that. So in my own personal life, I would say I am still playing the game and I do want to have children in the future. But I do understand how difficult it is out here. The streets is very cold. The majority of modern women today are not wifey material. And the majority of women today, if you was to have a child with them, that's gonna prove to be a very turbulent situation at best, right? Yeah, it's crazy. But let me know about your experiences in the comment section below. Let me hear your experiences. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you're still playing the game like me, you know. But yeah, just let me know. Anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Peace.